so at their peril.
I want to turn to a book that you have recently written and is out. It is entitled Antisemitism in America, A Warning. You talk about anti-Semitism on the right, but you also address anti-Semitism within your own party. Here's part of what you wrote, quote, "I worry also about the larger American left, which may look the other way and be too complacent or forgiving about those who exhibit anti-Semitism in their ranks." You say that's one of the biggest reasons you wrote this book.
Well, I wrote the book to warn about anti-Semitism overall in America, on the left and on the right. Conor Cruz O'Brien, the great Irish poet, said anti-Semitism is a light sleeper. And when there are times of trouble, as there are now, anti-Semitism raises its head. On the right, it's despicable and awful. I've experienced it myself. On the January 6th takeover, I was within 30 feet of these hooligans, and one of them said, "There's the big Jew, let's get them." But we've also seen it on the left, not in the Democratic Party, but on the left. And we have seen things that we never used to see before. For instance, someone getting on a subway and saying, "All the effing Zionists get off the subway." Jewish delis, which have nothing to do with Israel, having stones thrown through their windows. The head of the Brooklyn Museum, who's Jewish, but the Brooklyn Museum has nothing to do with Israel, a few blocks away from here where we're sitting, had red paint all over her. And I believe we have to alert America to anti-Semitism and teach them. That's why I wrote the book. The best antidote is for people to know the truth. Here's a terrifying fact, that 20% of people under 30 don't believe the Holocaust was a myth, and another 50% have never heard of it. We need an education, and my goal is to have this book read in the high schools and colleges across America, because I think it would just shatter the myths that are out there, which have always been below the surface and are popping up on both the left and the right much too much now.
I want to read something else you wrote in your book. You wrote, "At Harvard, my alma mater, more than 30 organizations signed a statement calling the Israeli regime entirely responsible for the attack. And the months since October 7th have brought too many examples, far too many, of overt anti-Semitism. American Jews being harassed, attacked, and villainized simply for being Jewish." President Trump, as you well know, says he's cracking down on Harvard and other universities because of their response, or lack thereof, to those anti-Semitic incidents that you're describing. How do you think he's doing with that?
Right. Well, first, Harvard did not do enough to curb anti-Semitism. I've been vocal about that. But let me just say this. What Trump is doing goes way beyond anti-Semitism. He is going after these universities like he's going after judges, like he's going after law firms, like he's going after the media. Because he just doesn't believe in democracy. He thinks he's king, as he said. And he did this at Harvard. So a bunch of us, Jewish senators, just sent a letter to the administration saying, detail the specific incidents of anti-Semitism and why cutting money off to cancer research or to Alzheimer's research has anything to do with anti-Semitism. It doesn't. He is using anti-Semitism, and it's appropriate to go after specific incidents of anti-Semitism as a pretext to hurt these great universities. It's going to hurt every American. It's going to hurt the kids at the universities who've had nothing to do with protesting, but it's also going to hurt the kind of medical research and other kinds of great research that is done at Harvard and other universities. So we sent him a very strong letter just the other day, asking 8 very strong questions about why this isn't just a pretext.